There was a time in your life. Maybe you don't remember it clearly. When your mind was empty. Not empty in a weak way. Empty in a pure way. No fear of failure. No anxiety about the future. No shame from the past. You didn't overthink. You didn't doubt yourself. You didn't carry invisible weight everywhere you went. You just moved. You tried things. You fell. You got back up. And somewhere along the way, you lost that emptiness. Not because you became smarter. Not because you became wiser. But because your mind became crowded. Crowded with opinions. Crowded with expectations. Crowded with fear dressed up as being realistic. And this story is about how to empty it again. The men who couldn't sleep. There was a man named Daniel. 36 years old. Good job. Nice apartment. Respectable life. From the outside, he looked successful. But every night, when the lights went off, his mind turned on. Thoughts attacked him like a swarm. What if I fail? What if I'm already behind? Why does everyone else seem to have it figured out? What if this is all my life ever becomes? He was exhausted, but not from work. He was exhausted from thinking. Daniel tried everything. Podcasts. Books. Meditation apps. Motivational videos at 2 a.m. Nothing worked. Because his problem wasn't lack of information. His problem was too much information. One night, after another sleepless battle with his own mind, he went for a walk. No destination. No headphones. Just walking. That walk changed everything. The old janitor. Daniel ended up near an old gym. A place that smelled like iron and sweat. The kind of gym where nothing was fancy. But everything was real. Inside, an old janitor was mopping the floor. Gray hair. Bent posture. Calm eyes. Daniel didn't know why, but he asked him a question. "Sir, how do you turn your mind off?" The janitor smiled. "I don't." Daniel looked confused. "I empty it." He leaned the mop against the wall and said, "Your mind is like a cup. You keep pouring into it. News. Fear. Comparisons. Regrets. Expectations." He tapped the cup with his finger. When it's full, even clean water spills out. Daniel stood there, silent. The janitor continued. "You don't need more motivation. You don't need more advice. You need space." That night, Daniel slept for 6 hours straight. Not because he found answers, but because he stopped asking questions. Why your mind is your biggest enemy. Let's be honest. Your mind is brilliant. It can imagine the future. Solve complex problems. Create entire worlds. But it can also destroy you. Because your mind doesn't care about your happiness. It cares about survival. And survival means predicting danger. Remembering pain. Avoiding uncertainty. So it replays old failures. It exaggerates future threats. It talks you out of risks. Your mind will always choose safe over meaningful. Comfortable over growth. Familiar over potential. That's why the most dangerous voice in your life is the one that sounds like you. Empty does not mean weak. People misunderstand emptiness. They think empty means careless. Empty means lazy. Empty means lost. No. Empty means uncluttered. The strongest warriors in history didn't fight with noisy minds. They fought with stillness. Athletes call it the zone. Artists call it flow. Monks call it presence. Different words. Same state. A mind that is empty can react faster, see clearer, and move without hesitation. A full mind hesitates. An empty mind acts. The lie you were taught. You were taught that thinking more equals doing better. That if you analyze enough, plan enough, prepare enough, you'll feel ready. But readiness is a lie. No one feels ready to start the business. Leave the toxic relationship. Chase the dream. Become the person they imagine. They act before certainty. And certainty comes after action. Your mind wants guarantees. Life doesn't give them. So you wait. And waiting slowly kills your spirit. The weight you're carrying. Right now, your mind is heavy. Not because life is hard. But because you're carrying other people's opinions. Old versions of yourself. Mistakes that no longer exist. Expectations you never agreed to. You're living today, while arguing with yesterday. And worrying about tomorrow. No wonder you're tired. No wonder you feel stuck. No wonder motivation comes and goes. You don't need more discipline. You need release. How Daniel emptied his mind. Daniel started small. He didn't quit his job. Didn't move to the mountains. Didn't become a monk. He did 3 things. 1. He stopped explaining himself. He realized how much mental energy he wasted trying to justify his choices. To coworkers. To family. To people who didn't even listen. So he stopped. Not rudely. Not aggressively. Just silently. His mind became quieter. 2. He did one thing at a time. No multitasking. No constant phone checking. No background noise. When he worked, he worked. When he walked, he walked. When he ate, he ate. Presence emptied his mind faster than any meditation app ever did. 3. He took action before thinking. This was the hardest. He learned to move first. And let clarity catch up later. Send the email. Make the call. Show up. His mind screamed at first. Then it adapted. Then it obeyed. The moment everything shifted. 6 months later, Daniel noticed something strange. Problems didn't disappear. Life didn't suddenly become easy. But his relationship with life changed. Failure didn't scare him as much. Opinions didn't control him. Silence didn't make him uncomfortable. He felt lighter. Not because he gained something, but because he let go. And that's when it hit him. The mind doesn't need to be conquered. It needs to be cleared. Empty your mind, and you will find yourself. When your mind is empty, fear loses its grip. Confidence feels natural. Decisions become simple. You stop asking, what if it goes wrong? And start asking, what if I grow? You stop waiting for permission. You stop negotiating with doubt. You stop living inside your head. And start living in your body. In the present. Where life actually happens. This is your turn. You don't need to escape society. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to fix your entire life. You need one moment of courage. One step taken without overthinking. One decision made without fear's approval. Let your mind be empty. Let your actions speak. Let your life unfold. Because an empty mind is not a weak mind. It is a free mind. And a free mind is unstoppable.